Welcome to Bump and Run Sports, your home for golf, gambling, sports, and more. All picks are posted for free on bumpandrunsports.com. And always remember, gambling is not the problem. Losing is the problem. Now, here are your hosts, Andy and KJ.
Welcome, everyone, to Bump and Run Sports, our second ever live show. What's up, Chris? What's up, Jason? Hopefully Richard is with us. Richard's great. He lives over in England, and he's always like, "Damn, I don't think I'm gonna be awake. I'm gonna try and stay up." But
have a tea, Richard.
Yep, that's KJ. This is gonna be the format for Bump and Run Sports. Moving forward, we'll do a couple months of downloading this audio and turning it into the podcast. But after that, it's going to be just a YouTube show. So we got a ton of stuff to get to today. An awesome golf fight.
That was spectacular. That was good.
I mean, awesome. That was a good one. And now that we're doing video, I can at least hold my phone up so everyone can
right.
can see it as we go over
that was good.
We got a very interesting tales from the courtesy tent. We got all that stuff. And then at the end, we'll talk some NFL and we'll talk some NBA player props, which have been going spectacular, man. Who would have
It's like Christmas every day.
Who would have thunk? And then I will share our little thing that we discovered about the double-double parlays, because those are amazing. Those are great. So
some go down to the wire.
Dude,
a win's a win.
That's the prop. That's the world you're living in when you're betting on props. Yeah, we had one on Draymond, and we had him under a double-double, and it's just like he ended with 7 points.
Well, they made up a 17-point lead in the fourth or whatever, so.
We almost lost it, not on points and assists or points and rebounds. We almost lost it on assists and rebounds. How would that – I don't think I would have – I was
sweating like a missed shot, rebound, kick it out, made shot. Boom, lose.
So, oh man, it was good. So, all right, let's get to some bad ones.
Tales from the courtesy tent.
I got a couple really, really good ones. Let's see. Yeah, Jason, don't give it out in the chat room, please. That's my bread and butter. Did you see Kevin Na got a ball to come to a complete stop on a concrete cart path? It's like physically impossible. And you know what he didn't do? He did not take a drop. He hit fairway metal off the cart path. Picked it completely clean. I was on a par 5. Put it right in front of the green. Popped it up on there. It was great. Took it to fairway metal. Do you know how many drops Spieth and Sergio and those guys would have tried to get?
Speaking of fairway metals, your boy Neiman carrying a 7-wood went 7-wood. Why not just hit a? Why not hit a 7-iron?
7-wood.
It's more like an 8-iron.
The club face has got
right. It's like what grandmas use on the golf course. They go 3-wood, 7-wood, 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 7-wood putter. It's true.
I only laughed because my mom has one of those clubs. And
my mom did too. The whole bag was clubs.
So I did not see that. I did not see that he had. And then I've never heard of this guy. MJ, is it Dafu or Dafu? On the 18th hole, guys are trying to rip it around the corner, okay? But there's some palm trees right there, so a bunch of guys hit the trees. He hit the palm tree, and it was 1 in a million. You couldn't do that shot again if you tried. It bounced directly backwards. It resulted in a 68-yard drive. He hit the tree. He hit the tree so hard, it just ricocheted right back. And so, in the shot tracker, it goes down as a 68-yard drive. I almost feel like that should be bonus fantasy points. If your guy has a drive that's under 75 yards, bonus point.
We need to go in and look at his average driving distance for the season.
I bet it tanked. It's 198.
Right. 174.
Is that serious question. Is that in front of the red tees?
I don't know. So hold on. So I got it right here. So let's look at stats for the year. Who was that again? That was
MJ. It's spelled DAFFUE. Like I said, I've never heard of him. But
okay. Stats.
Because I'm just trying to think, what tees are they playing from? Could we have had an actual red tee rule situation on PGA Tour where someone drives it and it doesn't get above
scoring driving distance? Okay, all right. Let's see. See y'all. Go ahead. Keep going, Andy. I'll dig this up while you're.
Okay. Let's go with who was really bad.
I'm not bad. I'm just disappointed.
Boy, this guy was. We had a few pretty hideous ones. I got a drop for this one, and you really like this one.
Sung J.M.
Yeah, Sung J.M. was awful. Easy course. He finishes in 56th place. Have you found MJ DeFood?
I don't think
he might be an amateur or something, and probably is not on PGAtour.com. Probably not. So, Abraham Answer missed the cut, dude. If he's not putting lights out, he sucks. Mm-hmm. He is dependent on. It's very Spiethy. Like if he's not if he's not dropping 10-foot putts all day long, he's not very
terrible.
Yeah. Kuchar is off and running. He missed the cut. I think this might. By the way, did you see Matt Kuchar?
No, I didn't see anything from Kuchar.
Let's just say that the COVID break was not kind to Kuchar's physical.
Does he look like a meth head now?
No,
or did he start growing hair?
No, he's got a little belly. I mean, I think Kuchar right now is a automatic fade. Well, I mean, you got to see who he's matched up against, but Kuchar was awful. Kuchar was terrible. And then Brandon Grace was awful. I foolishly bet on him thinking he was back. He wasn't even close to sniffing the cut. So, and then Nate Lashley, KJ, he had a rough turn. He finished +9. That is 30 shots off the winning score. Nate Lashley only missed a win by 30 or so shots. That is
so bad.
That is a bad tournament. So. That one sucked. Play it again.
What's new in the league?
Well, old Justin Thomas had a rough one, huh? Actually, it's kind of
so weak. It's such a weak. It's so weak.
Justin Thomas.
Damn, it feels good to be a
Bouncer. Let me see your identification.
Get out of here!
I didn't do anything wrong.
the big bad bouncer threw me out.
There is some irony that the guy that we nicknamed the Bouncer because he had people thrown out of tournaments got thrown out of a Ralph Lauren sponsorship. I gotta be honest, if Justin Thomas was selling a shitload of Ralph Lauren shirts for them, I don't think this seems like a pretty convenient way to weasel out of a sponsorship deal that
you think Nike and the Tiger Woods brand they're dropping him if he yells something like that? No.
What do you mean if he drops something? The guy cheating on his wife with hookers and waitresses and
sells more merchandise.
Sells more merchandise than he ever has. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear, Justin Thomas use the old F word. It wasn't fuck. It was
the homophobic F
It was
word.
the other. Yes, it's the word that describes a guy who fucks other guys. That was the F word.
But you know what? I'm on a group on Facebook, 100,000 members, and a gay guy chimed in. He's like, I don't care about this. None of us give a shit. He's the one that has to go home to his fat, ugly girlfriend. It was pretty funny. Or he said, you guys go home to your fat wives and whatever. But it's like nobody gives a shit.
Well,
No.
So no, I'm not. I just want to tell the story. When I graduated college, the first restaurant I ever worked in was in a gay neighborhood here in Indianapolis, and I didn't realize it. You would have. I heard the F word way more from gay guys than I ever have from straight guys. They use it nonstop, referring to each other, calling them names, all that stuff, and it wasn't like he said it directly to somebody. Like he missed a putt and muttered it to himself. I mean, he didn't have a billboard with it, you know.
I mean,
well, so now is it that the rule is anytime you mutter a bad word when you miss a putt, like it's not gonna have anybody on tour. So
it's exhausting.
Let's see what else. The golf show canceled Faraday 10-year run. Faraday is over. It's probably because he's interviewed everybody. How many guys,
right? Yeah.
How many guys are left?
Well, we're out of content now. That'd be that.
He interviewed the entire the entire tour. So let's see what else.
What? Let me guess. Golf Channel wasn't getting enough ratings having golf content, so they're going to put hockey on.
Let's just do that. Let's do that part now. 7 o'clock. They started coverage at 7 o'clock Eastern time and went for 3 hours. And what's exhausting is they make it worse because they're interviewing CEOs. There's a million commercials. You hardly see any I mean, you said you just turned it off.
A 20-minute expose on how they put out of bounds markers between 9 and 18 because of COVID. They didn't want people playing up the other fairway. I'm like,
listen.
Have you been to Lowe's or Home Depot? They're hitting a ball in a fairway. At most, there's going to be 4 people near you.
I know.
At most.
But then they had to go 20 minutes explaining why they did it and how.
And when was the last time you hit a golf shot with someone 1.5 feet away from you? Like on the tee box. Like literally, you're adjusting your swing because you got 8 people surrounding you. So weak.
Well, and the other thing is, if you get COVID because you're 10 feet away from another person on the fairway, you were doomed from the very beginning. It's just not your day.
And the winds.
The wind.
Come on.
But that whole concept is stupid. But then to spend 20 minutes explaining it.
They're flying on airplanes. They're flying on airplanes.
Oh man. Yeah, so I'm with you, KJ. I turned it off. I said I can't watch this anymore. I cannot have Golf Channel on. I haven't seen golf in 20 minutes.
No, I did.
I saw more
shut
commercials. I saw ads. I saw CEOs being advertised. It was just I do enjoy being on because we're gonna go over this golf fight here a little bit later. But did you see what happened to Nick Taylor? Did you see what he argued? I can't tell if this was the dumbest thing or the most brilliant thing. So his ball landed next to a fence, okay? The bottom part of the fence was fine, but the top part, okay? So he argued he should get a drop because he couldn't get a stance and swing at the ball left-handed, okay? Nick Taylor is a right-handed golfer. He doesn't own a lefty club in his bag. And when they asked him about it, he said he thought he should be able to get the drop because he'd hit the ball over there a bunch in the past. So he'd been studying this.
Next is
that not amazing?
I want to hit it as if I have a croquet mallet in my hand. Can I get relief, please?
It's like the old, I want to hit it the way Bryson used to putt.
Better yet, cricket. He's going to run up there with this little wicket thing from 30 yards behind. He has to run through the neighbor's yard between houses and hit it.
It was so great because his ball was.
I love it. Test the rules.
He could have picked it up with the right. No, he argues I can't hit it left-handed. Like, what do you mean left? You don't have a left.
Jordan Spieth is getting drops all over the place. Why not?
This is what a precedent, by the way.
Yeah.
So, and now it's going to be hilarious when, like, players start to carry one lefty club in their bag to try and show, like, no, I was going to play it with lefty. So, and finally, the PGA has moved the tournament in Mexico to Florida because of COVID concerns. Is it because the PGA is worried about their golfers getting COVID, or is Mexico worried we're going to bring more COVID to them? Like, okay, you don't want to be down in Mexico. We want to move it to somewhere safe. Where? Florida. Like, why not downtown LA? Why not? Like,
You're not allowed to do anything in California.
I mean, but it seems a little silly to move something from Mexico to Florida. I don't know.
Well, everyone's there.
Yeah, that's true. Most golfers live there, I guess. So, all right, you ready for some trivia, KJ?
Yep.
Here we go.
Now, time for trivia for drinks.
All right, who has 4 straight top 6 finishes at this tournament? Charles Howell, Adam Hadwin, or Ricky Fowler? It is Adam Hadwin. Unfortunately, Hadwin missed 3 straight cuts to finish 2020, so he did not finish strong in his 2020. Question 2, whose last 5 tournaments include 3 missed cuts, a withdrawal, and a 72nd place? Matthew Wolff, Lucas Glover, or Gary Woodland?
Woodland.
It is Woodland. Had the back issue.
What happened? Someone run over the other baby?
No, remember he was on that. He was in that tournament and he was having like an amazing round. He was like 4 under through 6.
And then he picked up Jason Day's kid?
No, no, he got on the par 3 and he goes to line up his ball and just grabs his back and withdrew from the round. I mean, it was like God, if you bet on Gary Woodland and he goes out 4 under through 6, you're going, oh, this is great. I got this daily wager in the bag. And then he withdraws, and yeah, he played a couple times. I believe he did the majors, and he missed the cut. So, who's 5th on tour? Let me start over. Who is 5th on tour in round 1 scoring, but 165th in round 4 scoring? Patrick Reed, Tony Finau, or Patrick Cantlay?
Finau?
It could be all 3 of these guys. It could be, but it is one. Are you going with Finau?
Yeah, I'm upset with Finau.
Why are you upset with Finau?
Because he's terrible.
Okay.
Dad bod is a thing.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Chris says Charlie Hoffman. Great guess. I would bet. Actually, you know what? Hoffman's not been too bad. He really has. I actually have him in the notes. I did see like what was the thing on Twitter someone sent out, like, who's the greatest golfer of all time? Is it Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, or Charlie Hoffman at the Masters on Thursday?
So true.
Question 4. Which one of these golfers has played here twice and finished 6th and 18th? Sam Burns, Cameron Davis, or Doc Redman?
Sammy Burns.
It is Sammy Burns. I like Sam Burns. His game is looking good. Good young guy. Question 5, last one. Which of these golfers has only missed 2 cuts since the COVID restart? Zach Johnson, Chris Kirk, or Tony Finau?
Kirk.
Little bit of a trick question. All
Zach?
of them. Zach, Kirk, and Finau have only missed 2 cuts. So, how about the Chris Kirk redemption story? That's pretty crazy, man.
Of not winning.
No, man, he went through depression, anxiety, like alcoholism. He was off the tour. I mean, that's
Sounds like last weekend for me. Go on.
Yeah. That described 10% of the country.
That's been the last 6 months for 88% of the United States. Thanks, Chris. You know what's weird about that? You have millions in the bank, too. A lot of people do that without the heat turned on, too. Or food.
Fun fact, Scotty Too Hottie Scheffler, only 1 missed cut in 12 tournaments, 13th at the Tourney of Champions, and 3rd at this tournament last year. Scott Scheffler. We mentioned Hoffman. Weekend Charlie has seen the weekend in 4 straight tournaments. All right, let's do. Let's bring back. We did this segment on the COVID restart.
Pretty much everybody.
Let's welcome back some people. Okay, they are getting their 2021 started. Brooks Koepka. Well, welcome back, Brooks. Welcome back.
Like, he doesn't want to welcome back. He doesn't care. He's just chalking up tournaments.
Ricky Fowler. Fowler in his 40th finishing position. Welcome back. Phil's back.
excited.
Welcome, Phil.
Watch Phil show up like 380 pounds. I decided to put some meat back on.
Gary Woodland, we mentioned him. Gary and his back are going to be here. Gary's back.
Maybe.
Gary's back is an issue. Here's a blast from the past. Francesco Molinari. Welcome back, Fran.
Maybe he'll bring his golf game this year.
Highly unlikely. Ryan Moore, we have not seen in 5 months. Welcome back. He had a pretty bad back issue as well. Jason Duffner and his belly are welcome back, Jason. And here's, Steve Stricker is playing in this tournament. Welcome back, Steve Stricker.
You know who's not coming back to this tournament?
Who's that?
Angel Cabrera.
Oh, poor Angel.
When you're being extradited from country to country for beating the shit and threatening your wife. Whoops.
It's been a tricky 2020 for Angel.
He's actually, I've met him, and he's a nice, laid-back dude.
Is he? Oh.
Real laid-back guy.
I would say there's at least one person that would say he's not exactly the most laid-back. Just like a cup of chamomile tea. Yep. Real nice, laid back.
Chamomile Cabrera.
As he's throwing his wife through drywall. God, Jesus Christ.
All right.
He's laid back. I met him and he's laid back. Wow. All right, here we go. Let's do it.
It's time for a golf fight!
Oh, this is a good one. First off, average age in this golf fight, they gotta be
50.
Oh man, I think higher than that. They got a couple.
It's from a distance. It's hard to see, but
yeah,
at least everyone's involved.
It wasn't great camera work, but you got to at least give the guy credit for
cross the lake.
Yeah. So all right, let's here. I'll see if I can hold it up, and we'll all watch it together. So, they're actually really fighting. You got these guys, and you got the two guys rolling around the middle. There's an old guy there who is doing a horrible job trying to pull him off. Watch, he gets up and what is he doing? And there's the two other guys. They're in a bunker. It looks like there's, and then they get done, and then watch the guy in the striped on the left there. He just throws a hat at somebody.
Take your hat. Take your hat.
This is just great. So let's go through. So you have a guy in a red shirt. He's being tackled by a guy in a black shirt and an old guy in a hat. Red shirt and black shirt. I mean, they are giving it their all. I mean, they are really, truly fighting. They're rolling around. There's a somersault. There's a headlock. Old guy gives a horrible effort to pull the other guy off, takes a couple steps back. Some other guy in gray pants comes over, and watch this guy. He just slow motion kind of lays down on him. Black shirt gets the upper hand. Good ground and pound. Really, really good, good ground and pound. Old man gives another half-assed effort, takes a step back. The old guy is the worst guy ever to have. This old guy he's really something. He is the single worst guy you want on your team in a golf fight. We'll watch it one more time. On the other side, you got two guys. I guess it's a double body lock near the bunker. And then this guy in the striped shirt.
It's like late showing goalie decides to show up.
Yeah. And all-time wedgie. Watch the guy in the striped shirt. Look at this wedgie just yanking the guy's underwear. The two guys get up. Striped shirt picks up a hat and just throws it at the guy. I love the hat toss. Watch this.
The last time that guy probably fight, the wedgie was the go-to move.
Watch, he picks up the hat, just bang, fight. And then the best, you get two things. At the end, one guy from way off screen, he goes, "Call the police! Call the police! These fucking assholes are fighting over here." At one point in the video, one guy said he was going to fuck another guy up. The other guy yells, "Shut the fuck up." My favorite guy in the video, though, my absolute favorite. Check out purple shirt guy. He just casually walks past the golf fight like he's playing through. What is that guy doing? Like,
he's going back to hit a provisional.
Look at him. There is an absolute Royal Rumble going on, and he just walks right by him. He's holding one golf club.
He's going back to the tee box, hit another one. He couldn't find it. He's going to go back up and re-tee. Playing by the rules.
It's a great golf fight because it's clearly on a golf course, yet they abandoned their golf clubs. You notice there's no golf clubs in the picture. So a good golf bet. Really, really got to commend those guys. Good effort.
Hopefully we get a lot more of that.
Oh yeah, a lot of bent up frustration. So, all right, let's do a bet, KJ, that I got. This one is on DraftKings. Mm-hmm. This is getting tough. FanDuel and DraftKings and the offshores are not playing friendly. They have, in football they have the lines are the same, or at least they're within a half point. DraftKings is putting out golf matchups that are not similar to the offshores. So if people that live in states that don't have DraftKings or FanDuel, they're struggling to get these bets. So this is one for I like Chris Kirk over Mark Hubbard. Finished second last week, the Sony. That's 4 tournaments in a row. He's finished ahead of Mark Hubbard. He doesn't drive the ball very long, but that's not an issue at this tournament. Courses are pretty short. Hubbard, really bad at hitting greens in regulation. He's 196 on tour, and he compounds the problem by ranking outside the top 100 in strokes gained putting. So he doesn't hit the ball on the green, and then if he does, he can't putt. That sounds bad. So I think Kirk has really dealt with all of his stuff. He looks good. Physically looks good. Results have shown, so I'll happily play that one. It's Chris Kirk over Mark Hubbard. So rest of my golf picks plays can be up on found on wagertalk.com. Really good European tour event. I like how Justin Thomas went over to Europe. gets caught in the in F gate, loses a sponsor. He's like, I'm gonna go play in Abu Dhabi.
Right. Hey,
so
I'm gonna go make up the difference with my tournament appearance check.
Yep.
Seriously.
Okay, they've got some player props out for NFL. Let's go over NFL. Drew Brees is retiring. Based on how the last half of his season went, I would say it's probably a good thing. So who's their quarterback next year? Taysom Hill? Jameis?
Winston.
You think it's Winston?
Both of them on the field at the same time? Why not?
It actually might be kind of sneaky for other teams to figure. If you got them both in the backfield and you're like,
put them both in the backfield. Put them both in shotgun, slightly off of center, and just snap the ball back there and see what happens.
Defenses, man. I mean, it's crazy enough to work. It really is. So
why not?
That's pretty. Chris brings up a great point. You can that word is referred to cigarettes, I believe, right? In Europe?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, okay, that's why he's going over there. He's like, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
I missed a putt and I meant to say cigarette in frustration. You stub your toe and you're like, it's cigarette. I didn't think Brady looked great. The
game was a real ho-hum boring game.
Yeah, it really was. So player prop wise, we have to look at wide receivers who are being guarded by Marshawn Lattimore of the Saints. He is absolute lockdown. He took Evans completely out of the game, and we even talked about it the day before. Myself and Matt Joseph
took the under.
Yeah, and I'm under. They could have given under 2 yards.
Yeah,
I think
he had one catch, 2 yards for a touchdown. Remember that?
No, there was that. Yeah, there was
The 2-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I think he had a game earlier this year where he had 2 catches for 2 yards and 2 touchdowns, or there was something like that. That was like the old. Do you remember Jerome Bettis's
Stat line?
4
carries, 3 yards, 3
no,
touchdowns.
it was minus 3 yards. It was 5 carries, minus 2 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He was like the number 2 scoring running back in fantasy that week, with 4 carries for minus 3 yards. So, let's see. They got Rodgers over 279.5 passing, Brady over 289.5 passing. It's gonna be cold.
This could be under.
Yeah, really could. TD passes, Roger over 2.5, Brady over 2.5. Actually, those are juiced big to the under. So, Aaron Rodgers over 10.5 yards rushing. Aaron Jones over 59.5. You know, that Bucs defense used to be elite rushing, and now I feel like you can kind of run on them a little bit. Receiving yards, there's Mike Evans over 63.5. Well, and now the Bucs have a problem because Antonio Brown's hurt. So you're gonna have and Mike. It could be a real nice Mike Evans rebound week. So I'm kind of a bummer. Only 2 NBA games tonight. I would love to go over some.
Because we had the MLK matinee specials yesterday.
It was a great day of basketball, man. I enjoyed a lot of those games. And then let's see here. So, okay, here's what KJ and I have discovered. On DraftKings, they have these double props. And it's pretty easy to find guys that don't get double doubles and guys that do. So we're undefeated in this. We've picked 5 guys and parlayed them, and they've all hit. It's nerve-wracking. Because you're following 2 guys, but like, what did we do yesterday? We parlayed Draymond under, or Draymond did not have a double-double. Keldon Johnson did not have a double-double. And then who was the guy that we said was going to have one? I can't remember the last guy. And then the day before, we'll never get this one again. We parlayed Jokic and Luka Doncic to both have double-doubles, and we got like plus 118. There is 0% chance we ever get that again.
Right.
They will never hang that kind of thing up. But so, like, for example, Jokic is already minus 435 to have a double-double. So if you look at parlaying him with, like, Steven Adams normally doesn't have a double-double. He's minus 286. So, like, if you parlay those guys together, you can get, like, minus 152. So I'm probably going to – no, not minus 152, but I'll do – like, the one we did yesterday was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
That one was really good. So if you're on DraftKings or your book allows it, I would totally look at some of those. And then we're definitely going to keep hitting the LaMarcus Aldridge under rebounds. There's a very important caveat to that. It's got to be when DeMar DeRozan isn't playing. I talked to my buddy who lives out in Oregon. He said he followed Aldridge all the time, and he said that rebounding prop has been like
money.
Oh, he said it's been hitting for 8 years out there.
That's great. This guy is so lazy. I've hit 432 out of 512 tries at this.
So, yeah, I mean, they were saying like, he was saying like power forward, and he gets up there and like just doesn't rebound. So, for whatever reason,
it's lazy.
Just lazy. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's about it. How'd you do in fantasy golf? You did real good, didn't you?
Yeah, I finished second. Nice. I would have been first if I actually pulled Sung Jae, put Charles Howe in there for round 3 instead of just round 4, but I'll take it. I mean, I think this time last year is when I completely screwed up the Sony Open, had 2 guys get through the cut, and I was dead last.
Whoops.
I think so. I really did. I think this is, I mean, I've made it through the 2 tough weeks.
I made it through.
It's all downhill, uphill, downhill, whatever hill from here.
All right. Okay. All right. I think that's about it. So thanks, guys, for joining us. If you're listening to this as a podcast format, go to our YouTube channel, Bump and Run Sports on YouTube. This is how we're going to be doing the show from now on. It's a lot easier for us.
And they're only playing 2 courses this weekend, not 7.
Yeah, they got rid of the La Quinta. So, yeah. So, all right. You got anything else, KJ?
Not now. We're going to get heating up real soon when they hit the mainland.
Absolutely.
Bill Haas gets in a car wreck.
Aw. All right, guys. All right, guys. Good luck.
You were talking about dying babies 2 years ago, giggling.
I was giggling about the fact that I was cashing tickets. That's all it was.
Okay. Cashing tickets.
I was. It was a really good source. It's a good angle.
Source of income.
Yeah, good source of income. So, all right, guys. Have a good one. See you next week on Bump and Run Sports.
It's got to be a lot of COVID babies coming, right?
They're staying safe. The golfers are staying safe. All right. See you guys later.